Hands it off to Chubb. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Baker. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt from 13 yards out. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Haskins to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Here's Harris. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Play action. Haskins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They go play action now. Haskins. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And the Steelers are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Haskins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that one. He read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Haskins. Oh, and that's so close to being intercepted. That could have been a big turnover in overtime if he had held on. Instead, though, it is still 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage game there is really kind of gravy. And this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
Running the jet sweep, Landry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1 yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Mayfield. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
On first down, it's Haskins. He's got Claypool, and he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, Haskins. And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just 2nd down. Second and 10.
Check Mike 46. Let's go one more. Mike 46. Mike 46. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 46 to Mike 46.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Right back to Freiermuth, complete this time. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike, I got one.
Haskins going to throw again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, and that's so close to being intercepted. That could have been a big turnover in overtime if he had held on. Instead, though, it is still 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position. Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Mayfield. He's going to look deep for more. And that is incomplete. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So into overtime and all the way to the end of overtime, they have a chance to win it. couldn't convert on the field goal, and we end in the very rare tie.
Don't see it very often. We did discuss it as we began overtime that because it's a regular season game, we're going to play that last